All right, let me start with answering unexpected question. Probably you never expected to hear it here. Are there any journalists in the room? The reason I'm asking this, you are?
What's that?
Are there any journalists?
Journalists?
No. The reason I'm asking is that whenever I open a newspaper, a magazine of general type application, and there is an article, a paper called Second Life, this paper tells me that people in Second Life are visiting very city places, they use Second Life to cheat on their wives and husbands in virtual world and do all kinds of stuff. Me and my company have been doing a lot of things in Second Life over the last year and a half, but we didn't do anything like that. And quite frankly, I don't know anybody who would cheat on their wife in Second Life. There are easier ways to do it. So one of the things I want to show you in this presentation is how you can use the Second Life and what are the benefits of using Second Life in education, how you can use Second Life to measure what you train, to measure your success or to measure your failure, so that the next time you open the newspaper and see an article about somebody cheating on their wife in Second Life, you know that this is just a journalist who didn't take time to learn what is Second Life in reality. Did any of you go to the workshop I taught on the first day? Then let me tell you the story. I just didn't want to repeat. The real life story and why I think the Second Life is so good. The real life story is very simple. I have a friend who is a consultant, a very sharp guy. One day in March we were meeting, discussing our business together, and he just was not there. And I said, maybe Rob, maybe you don't feel well, maybe we're scheduled. He said, yeah, we'll have to reschedule. I don't know for when, because one of my major customers went up in flames. And what he meant is that literally one of his major customers went up in flames this morning. 6:30 in the morning, at the beginning of shift manager walks along the factory floor with a mug of coffee in his hand. The guy had worked on the factory for 19 years. They are not very much regulated, not as much as, let's say, pharmaceuticals. But the factory draws power as much as a medium-sized city. So every year he had to go for the exam, testing how well he knows what to do in certain situations. Specifically, this guy heard this story.
Yeah, and I came here to argue because I wouldn't want to disappoint you.
Very good. To make a long story short, he was taught for 19 years what to do in the case of electrical fire. He passed 19 exams every year. He grew from he came to the factory as an apprentice. He was a shift manager. The first situation, the first real case when he saw electrical fire, he poured a mug of water. So the factory went up in flames. The guy spent 2 months in the hospital. This raises the question, what are we teaching people? Because for 19 years people thought that they were teaching him how to behave in the case of electrical fire. It turns out they taught him how to check the correct boxes. Second Life comes as close to First Life as possible to teach you how to behave in reality. But unlike reality, you can measure the results of your exercises, the results of your simulation, and ultimately the results of your teaching. In Second Life, you can keep track of what every person is doing and keep track of what the team of persons are doing. Here is a small example. Here is one of the simple simulations we made. In spite of being relatively simple, it's used by a few companies in real life to test how well people can work as a team. Does any of you have a computer with a Second Life installed? You want to
No.
You don't want to make me company.
No, so.
Okay.
Well, I would like to make a company, but it all's going to go into the too hard basket, so I'd rather just listen.
Okay. Here, one person, me, will be doing this puzzle, which kind of defeats the purpose, because we want two or more people, 2 to 9, work on the puzzle at the same time. It has been established very well that the teamwork skills do not depend on what specifically you're doing. If you have a good team, they'll be working on the website together. They will be work well on doing backyard barbecue together. They will be working well, working on practically any project. Here we test how well people work as a team using this puzzle. The trick is people cannot communicate to each other, not in reality, not using in-world messaging system, not voice, not a text chat, anything. The only way they can solve the puzzle is, like in real life, is they watch what their teammates are doing and trying to accommodate what the team doing as a whole. So let me show you. So I scrambled the puzzle. Now I can click on any. Let's do it different. I can click on any image. I can use controls to rotate them. And ultimately, I just don't want to bore you to death. Ultimately, what I will receive is solved puzzle. Sometimes people work real well together. One person exhibits leadership qualities. He or she starts solving the puzzle. Others start to accommodate. They see that there are 2 or 3 cubes already making this picture, and instead of selecting their own picture, they join this person in making the picture that is already being connected. Sometimes a person starts making puzzle, but somebody else says, no, I just don't like this picture, I will make another picture. And you can have literally people getting at each other, through trying to make one picture in one corner, another in one corner, another in a different corner. But it's easy to say, and people, when you debrief them after the simulation, after the exercise, they often say, well, we worked well as a team and I did well. Let me show you the results of work that we did here a couple days ago on Monday, when we ran this workshop.